Previously on T-Man 978.
Part and that part are his elbows. Like on a normal, typical body, your elbows don't start that high.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978 right now. I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Decepticon Airwave, who's a deluxe class figure and also a weaponizer. I think they're still calling him that. I'm looking at the packaging and I can't confirm that they're still using the term weaponizer. Anywho, this message is for my sometimey viewers who only watch toy hunts mostly. I'm going to be reviewing a whole bunch of stuff that I purchased but never reviewed. I want to try to get, it's going to be my goal to get a lot of those reviews out before the end of the year. I purchased a lot of crap. Don't unsubscribe. For the people who watch every single video and comment, I appreciate y'all. So I'm not talking to y'all, but there's an overview of his body while I was rambling. His face, which looks like this. His eyes are very sunken in, and they are painted. You could unpaint them and paint the little circle in between and make that a single eye, like Shockwave or somebody like that, but I don't think that's what they were going for here. He has no neck, so it only rotates, and he has a port back there. There is a hinge for the transformation, so he can look up like that if you want. The arms are just pegged in, so they swivel there, and he's a weaponizer, so you can run the possibility of doing that. This moves out the way, and the arm goes out like that. It does have a swivel above the elbow, and you get that much bend on that arm. Over here, the hinge is out to there. If you don't have this ported there like they suggest, the arm can go out 90 degrees. It rotates above the elbow again and bends 90 degrees. This rotates here, and as you're noticing, I'm trying to save any like negative or whatever to the end, parts are they pop off a little bit easy. Boink, boink, boink. Thigh rotation, but it also has knee rotation because it separates on purpose. It bends 90 degrees, and he has ankle pivot. But yeah, some of these peg and ports are not the tightest. I mean, I can still pick it up and swing it around without falling apart and whatnot. But while you're manipulating it, like bending this knee could cause this to come out of that port right there. And the pegs are not really long. And any other thing that drives me up the wall, like when you're bending the elbow, because of the shape of his arm, and because they put the swivel right there, you can't really rotate the arm without rubbing up against that. Same thing over here. Plus you have this whole panel hanging off, which if you do it like this, it locks into place. So the arm gets stiff. You got to make sure that that's out. But yeah, I still like him. I definitely like his alternate modes. And you can do whatever you want with this. You can give him an even longer barrel gun right there. And to let you see, he does not have a hand underneath of this. So if you take this, and that looks like that. So you have options. Both of these are identical. You could port these somewhere else. And oh yeah, he has these ports right there and right here. They are actually Minicon ports. Here's a Minicon deep dive. I am capable of, they have that little peg in the middle. I'm capable of putting him on there, and I can put him on his shoulders and everything. And he actually has one on this gun. So I don't know if that was purposely done, because we are leading up to the anniversary of Transformers Armada. So yeah, here's a size comparison. I have a full Earthrise playlist. If you don't know who any of these characters are, you should know who they are. But all of these are Earthrise figures, and like I said, playlist at the end if you need to see more about them. while I'm finding this guy's instructions, I'll just dismantle him. Basically, take everything apart for preparation. Like, this is basically like this. Nope. Get that off. Put that like this. Put that to the side. Rotate his head. Push it down. Just pop his whole body off. Pop the legs off like they wanted to do anyway. These legs, everything swings out from here and basically stretch them out. Swing it out from here, stretch it out, and let me figure out how to transform this dude officially into his modes. Alright, one of the modes I remember from memory is you take both of these right here, and we can go ahead and take this part, plug it, well, not in this orientation, get the bumps up this way, plug it into here, and plug this one into there. Now they're together. To more solidified things, you take this arm right here and shove it in this direction, and we got that. So to make it more solid back here, you can take this part, which is the crotch and the thighs, rotate this, and there's a slot right there and a peg right there. Peg this into place and that into place. Then with the two ports at the top. Now we can take this part with these two ports right here. We can port it into his thighs and shove that onto here like that. Now we can put this here like some sort of chimney or something, or a lookout station, and take these two things and put them right there. So now it's like a mobile aircraft or landing strip, while you can use these to shoot out aircrafts out the air. Here's that Minicon sub. Here it is with Micromaster jets. Micromaster car. There you are. And over here I have a Jada Back to the Future car right there. So there we are with that. Here's one of the other modes. It's sort of like a station of sorts. But basically we take these two long parts. They don't peg together per se, but if we take this crotch part, which is pegged the way I did in the previous mode, with the ports up, we can peg these two into there like that, which will keep that together, sort of. You take this again in the same orientation, plug that there. Now I could have sworn in the official instructions, which I still can't find, they had this tower really tall like that, with one of these up like that. But in all the product shots, I see this like this, and that like this. Now this arm needs to be rotated like that, and we could put this here, and just take this whole arm and port it here. To tuck it away, I was thinking, what if you could put it like this, but you can't. So that's basically all you can do with that. And now it becomes like a driveway or whatever, or maybe this is a refuel station, so Micromasters can ride across there and do what you need. Of course, you can take more of these Battle Masters, plug them to the end of the driveway to make it an even longer driveway. And this is what makes me feel like I'm playing with a kid's toy, which officially toys are. But yeah, just know that all of these have these little bumpy things in there, and other obstructions that stop it from being a smooth ride. But you can also take stuff like your Back to the Future little car from Jada Toys and ride that all the way across here, and it looks nice and accurate on there because it's a small car, smaller than the MicroMasters. Its final optional configuration, things get a little bit more extensive. The legs, this part with the treads on it, actually separates. So I want you to do that. Then we can go ahead and take this arm, and let me just do one at a time. Plug it into that one, plug it into that one, flip that over. You take this gun right here, port it into that hand like that. Okay, so now this part, they have two clamps right there, and you have this peg right here. You finally do something with this peg. Do that, plug these two together like that, and we can take these two right here and turn the feet down like this so we can plug them in right here. Now you can take this crotch still like this, plug that right there, take these two, put them right there. I mean, there are options. You can put it right there, but they can also plug directly into this, but I'm gonna do it like they have in the product shots. And now this needs to be aimed like that, or let's plug this in first. Do that, aim it like this towards there, and now it is like another cannon base or something like that. So you can have your MicroMasters coming around manning this as like an anti-aircraft. Now in the images they have it bent up like this, but it does not want to do that at all. So you could just lift it up with your own hand. Now one thing I dislike about this mode is this is floppy, so it's definitely supposed to be flat, and I don't like the placement of this arm. Just, it's not locked in anywhere, but I guess that would be the control panel, so you can shoot other robots. And yeah, now through an optional configuration, like I said, you can put this here and that there, and then we could like detach this, have that angled out like that, bend the knees. We can report them into these ports and have that like this. So now you can point that up, but it's pointing straight up. You can kind of finagle it to a certain point, but after you get to a certain position, it will just flop down. So now it has 3 guns instead of 2, if that works for you. But yeah, if this thing, you can do whatever you want. You can attach this to another robot's back if you want. Like, I'm gonna unport this, and I don't believe they had any pictures of it attached to a robot, but what I'm gonna do is flip this around the opposite direction, and it does have this peg right here. See if I can connect it to somebody. Right, here's Ironhide. You can mess around and come up with whatever your configuration, but I am able to float this over his back or whatever. And now I guess we have like a whole motorcycle gang outside while I'm recording, if y'all can hear that. But here we are. Anywho, his robot mode is decent. I like his other configurations. I did like this one a little bit, or did think this was interesting. Besides this just makes me feel like I know they probably had this in mind because they had this peg right there to peg the arm together so you can have every piece all together at once. Or maybe they just threw that in later after they came up with this configuration. But I do like the airplane ramp and the street configuration. That's cool. And I like that it can work with other cars that Hasbro doesn't necessarily make. So that's alright. But he's a good figure. Not too necessary for the collection unless you have a real nostalgia for Micromasters. It was an untransformable base when it was originally in G1 Micromasters, but it is cool that they did decide to give it its own robot mode as an option. So can't say it's a bad toy. If you want it, go out there and get it. You can find them cheap places now, or cheaper than retail, I should say. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man 978 out of here.
Click the videos, click the videos, baby, click the videos. You should really click these videos, click the videos, click those videos, baby, click the videos. You really should click those videos, click that shit.